Thank you very much. Well, tigers and filmmakers, I think we can agree, are better if they remain undomesticated. We can see them in zoos, in circuses, but when they're in the wild, whether they're resting, moving, hunting, the great thing is they're always themselves. And being Taika is not easy. You know, and I can relate to that because he's never looked for easy premises, and he has never planned his jumps from the landing. The more challenging the premise, the harder it is to deliver, the more he goes for it. He does the triple somersault reversed. Nothing requires more discipline than humor, and almost nothing then is more subjective than that. It's a balancing act. And Taika goes for it and renovates the genres, the forms, and like in any renovation, this requires a good deal of demolition. And he goes for it. Taika remains undaunted by career, franchises, or that horrible old enemy, common sense. He explores the pedal shift of emotion or the mercurial blending of genres, and through his wise disobedience, he mixes the improbable substance with impossible wit. He can mix a perfume or maybe a little nitroglycerin, one never knows. But together, they are better, and I, for one, am grateful for it. He should stay savage, he should stay free, and he's a recipient of the Roger Ebert Directing Award. Taika Waititi.
Taika, tonight is a special night because you get the inaugural Ebert Award. You get actually 2 awards, a Golden Thumb and the TIFF Award.
Thank you.
I'll hold it for you.
No, I want to hold both of these. I want to make another award out of that. Right, there's lots of speeches up here. I'm going to choose one of these. I'm going to do Antonio and Gary's speeches. Okay. If you recall the first time we ever saw Meryl Streep on the big screen, it was quite a fleeting moment. It was a scene from Fred Zinnemann's 1977 film, Julia. You could barely make out her lines. I don't know if you were there for that, but it was because Jane Fonda was like, oh, well, I don't like Meryl. I don't like this chick. No. Drown her out. Indeed, every time Meryl receives an Oscar nomination, oh, there's too many. 15 British Academy Award nominations, Golden Globes, she's so greedy. If you recall the film. Wow, there's so many of them.
It's there.
Thank you.
Bravo!
Oh, this explains everything when they're all getting up and they look like they're just making it up and they're looking over here and then over here. All the words are just here on these little screen things. Do you know that? Thank you, Chaz.
Thank you, pal.
This is a huge honor, and I really, for me, I've been thinking about what to say all day, and I come from New Zealand where we really don't like attention. We don't like compliments. It's very uncomfortable for us. So I really didn't quite know how to deal with the situation. And what makes me happy is to make Guillermo stand here this entire time while I'm trying to come up with a thank you speech. Maestro. Cabron. But I grew up, where I grew up, it's a tiny little town in New Zealand called Waiho Bay. Population, a couple of hundred people, which makes it almost impossible to find a girlfriend. The opening line, if you go to a party, is, "Who's your mum and dad?" So that's where I come from, and if you're trying to, oh, that's your grandmother. Okay, have a good night. So the job prospects when I was growing up, no one wanted to make film was not on any list of job opportunities. Film, not even acting, not dancing. I think when I went to get on the dole, when I left high school, which is, you know what the dole is, the unemployment benefit, they said, what are you good at? And I said, I'm good at diving for seaweed. And that's what I put down. And so I didn't work for a long, long time. I started making films when I was about 30, after a very tragic attempt at being a seaweed diver. But what I've really learned from being in this industry, having jobs and having opportunities to do these films, and from being able to tell stories in my own particular way, I do feel extremely lucky. Coming from an indigenous, I still can't even say it, indigenous, native community in New Zealand, I really do feel lucky that I get to tell our stories. And I was very struck by watching the pictures there. New Zealand has got so much grass and trees. It's just, I didn't realize how many trees and stuff there are there. Well, you know. Hey, it's heavy? You're saying that this is heavy and you want me to stop? Okay. Nope.
Bravo!
So, but being afforded all these opportunities here, outside of New Zealand, I never. It's never wasted on me, and the thing I'm most grateful for is that everyone stopped clinking their knives and forks on those plates that, when we first got in here. Did you hear that? And it's just like, that is the thing I'm most grateful for. Can we just get real for a second? I mean, I want to just like, if you guys are into it, we could just stay here all night, listening to me, and I could have a conversation with every single person here. It's very hard to drop a mic with these. It's very hard to end a speech like that, and that's the way it is. So, listen. Thank you so much, Chaz. Thank you so much, TIFF, for having me. I really appreciate this, and it's so lovely to feel so much love at this festival. And
Long live New Zealand.
long live New Zealand. Thank you.